Hello friends, this is Shane Fatima. Today I am going to talk on the topic constructors in C++. So let us start with the same. See what a constructor is. Constructor, like any other member function of the class, as we have been talking in our previous lectures, like a class comprises of data members and the member functions. So a constructor is also a member function. The difference between the two lies that a constructor is although of the same name as that of the class, unlike that of a other normal member function. For example, if there is a class, say class named A, having a normal function with the name NF, that is normal function NF. A constructor will also be a member function but will be of the name as the same name as that of the class. So let us see. A constructor is a special member function whose task is to initialize the objects of its class. What a constructor do? A constructor, as I told you, is again a member function with the same name as that of the class name, and its job is to initialize the objects of the class. We all know that whenever we make a class, it's the objects that will be actually the users, or these are the objects that access the class. So the function or the job of the constructor is to initialize the value to the objects of its associated class. It is special because its name is same as that of the class name, which is not the case with any other normal member function of the class. The constructor is invoked whenever an object of its associated class is created, while it is not the case with any other normal member function. Even if we initialize the value to the data members of a class intentionally, that means if we are not creating a constructor and we are making a normal function and we are initializing the values to the objects of the class, even then the function has to be invoked. But in case of constructor, it gets invoked as soon as the object of the class is created. And as the name suggests, that it is called constructor because it is constructing something. And what is that? It is constructing the values of data members of the class. So here is an example of the constructor function. As I told you, see here I have made a class named add. Add is the name of the class. We have taken data members as M and N, and then we have made a member function of the class with the same name as that of the class add. See, this is the difference between a normal member function and a constructor. The constructor function is of the same name as that of its class. And here, and one more thing, that unlike that of member functions, a constructor never have any return value. Otherwise, what we would have written here, some or the other return type, like that of integer, float, or whatever. But a constructor has no return type, but it is always of the same name as of its class. We are passing void, means no parameters, but it is not always the case. A constructor can have parameters and may not have. So, how this constructor function is to be called? How do we do? In that of a normal function, we write the name of the, first of all, what do? We write the return type of the function. We write the name of the class to which a particular function belongs. We put a resolution operator, and then we write the name of the function followed by its arguments. But since I have told you that there is no return type to the constructor, so we won't be mentioning any return type here. We will be directly writing the name of the class to which the constructor function belongs, followed by a scope resolution operator again, and then we will be writing the name of the constructor, which will be exactly the same as that of its class. and followed by the parameters that it is containing, which it may have or it may not have. And then we are assigning the values of m and n, the data members of the class. As soon as the constructor will be called, we will be assigning the values, we will be initializing the values to the members of the class. So this is the example of a constructor function. So when a class contains a constructor, it is guaranteed that an object created by the class will be initialized automatically, as seen in the example right now, as we have written add A. So add is the name of the class, A is the object of the class. As soon as the object of the class is created, this constructor will assign or initialize a value to the object. It not only creates the object of a type add, but also initializes its data members m and n to 0. Now let us talk about certain characteristics of the constructors. As I have told you that there is no need to write any statement to invoke the constructor function, as we have been doing in any other normal function. Even if we are initializing the value at the beginning, then also the member function has to be intrinsically invoked, but that is not the case with the constructor. There is no need to write any statement to invoke the constructor function. A constructor that accepts no parameters is called the default constructor. As we have seen in the last example, that constructor with the name add was accepting no parameters. The default constructor for class A will be written as the name of the class to which the constructor belongs, followed by the scope resolution operator, and then the name of the constructor. Next, yes, one more important thing, that this member function, this constructor has always to be declared within the access specifier public. Like a member function can either be public, private or protected, but a constructor has always to be written inside the public section. They are invoked automatically when the objects are created. They do not have any return types, as I told you. Now, not even void. Just a second. And they cannot return values. And last but not the least, these constructors cannot be inherited. Mind it, constructor functions cannot be inherited like that of any other normal member function of the class. Though a derived class can call the base class constructor. A derived class can although call the base class constructor, but this constructor function cannot be inherited. Like other C++ functions, constructors can have default arguments or can have no arguments at all. Constructors cannot be virtual. So we cannot refer to their addresses as well, right? An object with a constructor or destructor that we'll be discussing in our next video cannot be used as a member of a union. They make implicit calls to the operators new and delete whenever memory allocation or deallocation is being done. So these were some of the characteristics of the constructors. We'll be meeting again in the next session, and we'll be talking about the different types of constructors that could be the parameterized constructors, default constructors and copy constructors. Thank you. Have a nice day.